Hi everyone, it's Lou Collins. Welcome to another 3-minute card making hack from CraftStash. So did you know you can do so much more with your embossing folders than just emboss? In fact, you don't even need to run them through an embossing machine if you want to get beautiful results. So I'm going to show you how to effectively stamp with your embossing folder, and I'm going to give you 4 different finished effects depending on how you use it. And I am going to be inking my embossing folder, so make sure you've got either some water to clean your folder or some wet wipes afterwards. Now the paper or cardstock that I'm using is simply around about 190 GSM white smooth cardstock. Nothing special. You could even use copy paper just to play around with the effects. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some inks, and I'm going to add 2 different colours to this embossing folder. Now with all embossing folders you do get a couple of different sides. So you get the one side that's going to be the background, that's usually more solid, which is this one, and then you're going to get the side that's the detail, which is this one, and usually there's a much less surface area on there. And I'm going to brush ink into each of these. So starting on the background there, just making sure I cover the area and that there's no large areas missed, and the same on here. Now because I'm using a pigment ink that is water reactive, it's quite slow drying. So on plastic at least anyway, on paper it dries quite quickly. So I'm going to be taking my time here to make sure I've filled all the areas. Now I'm just going to clean up my workspace. And first I'm going to place a piece of paper or cardstock into my folder like so. And this is what I'd call dry. So I haven't added any water to these inks at the moment. And I'm just going to press down with my hands. So I'm going to do that on both sides. As you can see, we're going to get 2 very different looks. And I definitely suggest inking both sides of the embossing folder the first time you do this, and just seeing which side you prefer. So the first effect is absolutely beautiful. Very, very subtle, really pretty. The second effect is also subtle, but it's very different because you've actually got the outlines of the outlines, which I love. You can see a lot of the ink is still in there, but you just get this effect. I'll just show you with another folder and different colours. Similar sort of effect, as you can see there. Just picked out the very outside. Really, really beautiful. And then you've got the more solid lines. But then let's mist this with water. So a light mist over the entire folder. Just plain water, nothing special in it. And then what I tend to do to make sure my paper doesn't move is I lift my folder up at a 90-degree angle, pop that in the corner, drop it down like so. And then I'm going to press this again and make sure all that wet ink is pressed into my paper. And you can actually sometimes even do this a 3rd time if this doesn't absorb all of your ink off the folder. So you can go for a few different looks and see which you prefer without wasting any ink. So let's lift this up another time. Look at that result. Isn't that just stunning? And on the other side, beautiful. Much darker, much bolder, but it depends which look you like. So there's the first impression, the second impression, the first and the second. All this from a folder. I haven't had to bring out my die cutting machine at all. I can use any colours I like, and it's just a fantastic way of adding pattern to your otherwise plain papers. Let us know whether you will be trying this. You can find this folder at CraftStash from the Textures Spring Awakening collection, and do stay tuned for more 3-minute hacks from CraftStash. Make sure you subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with those. Take care everybody. See you soon.